So welcome to this video about life, and when we look at life and what can annoy us in life a lot could be what's going on in the world. It could also be what's going on in your life, what's going on in your relationships, what's going on in your friendships, and in that way you could be seeing life as like it's a lot of problems. In life, sometimes you get dealt what I call good cards, and so you're like, wow, it's really good. It just seems to be in the flow. Life seems to be going great. But sometimes in life, you get dealt cards that are not so good, so you've got to just make do with what you get. Now, first of all, our reaction might be, why me? Or our reaction, why does this happen to me? Why couldn't it happen to someone else? Now, that could be the first reaction to many things where you feel that you haven't been given the right choices, the right chances. You can sometimes feel in life that some doors are closed to you, and you're like, why am I not being invited? Or why am I not going to be here? Or what's wrong with me? And so the things that are happening outside of yourself and outside of you within your life are these things that I'm talking about. These things you might feel, it doesn't feel justified, or it doesn't feel right. And so it's learning to look at these situations in a different way. And when you look at these situations in a different way, it's understanding that you are on a pathway through your lifetime to experience. Now, if your experience in life was just like perfect all the time, what would you learn? You'd learn what perfection is. You'd learn how easy it is. But when you go through a life that's got its ups and downs, and it's changing all the time, then you're going to be really experiencing lots of different ways that life can be presented to you, lots of different colours of life. So in that way, it's like you're learning, what's it like to be sad? How does it feel not to have money? How does it feel not to have it good? How does it feel not to have a good background? So really, when we look at life, we can look at the things that were negative in our lifetime, say, oh wow, I went through all this. Or we can get in contact with a higher perspective of life. Now, the higher perspective of life is basically, have you ever thought about divine timing? So divine timing is basically we trust in that divine oneness, that divine energy, that everything is orchestrated how it should be. And when we think about the planets and the stars, they're all evolving, they're not colliding, and because they are evolving and changing and moving around our planet rotates, we have oxygen, and we live. Now, if one of those planets didn't do its job, or went the wrong way, or collided, it would be catastrophic to us. But it doesn't. So there is an intelligence of something that creates this divine nature that really orchestrates everything. So when we look at doors that are closed and not open, it could be that the divine timing doesn't need your energy in that space. It really wants you to learn your life experiences so that you can be somewhere else, or maybe you'll be in a better place. And that's when we've got to look at divine timing, because most of the time we're like, yeah, but I wasn't invited, and I've got the quality, and I should have had these opportunities. Basically, if the door was open to you, it was the idea that you actually go there and experience what is there to happen. If it's not open to you, just say, okay, that's fine, and just believe in the divine timing that it's going to bring you to somewhere else. It's going to bring you to somewhere better. Now with relationships and things like that, we can say, yeah, but I would have liked this to have gone better. I should have said this. I should have. And so in life, couldn't we had it smoother? We learn through our experiences how to communicate. And we learn through our experiences how to, communicate with each other. But when you've got a partner and that's got a different opinion to you, then that partner is the best mirror in your lifetime. And it could taste not so good. In other words, you might say, well, they never seem to see eye to eye with me, or they're always got a different opinion than me, or we always seem to be having discussions. But if you've got a partner that only saw everything your way and was there for you all the time, and everything you did was perfect and you never did anything wrong, what would you learn? So again, just like life, what would you learn? And when you look at that, then you're better off having a partner that's more colourful in the relationship, because what you learn, they can be the medicine that you need, just them being themselves, triggering your past, triggering your emotions, which has not got anything to do with them. But it makes, when you realise in the spiritual sense what those triggers are happening inside of you and what it's doing to you, it's really making you aware of, hey, there's healing to be done here. And so it's very easy for us to blame the other person. It's that person's fault. But what's going on inside can be a transformational healing process. If we see the other person as a gift, I mean, even if we have to divorce them and leave them, if we see what they did and what they triggered, it's still a blessing to know that what's coming up is what needs to be healed, and what's coming up needs to move forward and transform. But when we see it from a divine perspective, like a higher frequency, we'll be looking from above, looking down and going, wow, that was needed, because that makes me the person, it makes me stronger in the person of who I am. If I hadn't have had that experience, I wouldn't have got stronger. If I hadn't had that experience, I wouldn't have been the survivor. And if I hadn't had that experience, I wouldn't have overcome. And if I hadn't had that experience, I wouldn't have found the wisdom within inside of myself. And that's realizing the gift that someone, whether you were in a relationship with them or whether they were a colleague or a friend who may have let you down, but whatever the situation was, realizing the divine timing of things, that it was needed to guide you to that perspective of your beingness of who you are. So, who am I? And we go through life looking at life as giving us the mirrors of who we are. And really, life isn't giving us the mirrors of who we are. We need to be within inside of ourselves, in our perspective of beingness. And when we're there, it's not life that affects us, it's us seeing it from divine nature. This is what I need to learn here. This is what needs to change. One of the greatest things that we can learn in this lifetime is to be humble and to trust divine timing. The more humble you are, the less discomfort that life can bring you. Because if you're humble, like, if you say, well, I'm fantastic, so you're the opposite from humble, and then suddenly someone tells you you're no good, and then suddenly you're like, oh no, they've hurt me, and you come down. But if you're humble, you say, I just do my work for spirit. I just am who I am. I am within my divine nature. Then there's nothing that will be thrown at you that will hurt you in that way. And if something does trigger you, look at the trigger and see how you can change that into your healing journey. It's like, oh, what did it do to me? Let me sit with that. When did that happen in my lifetime? So what's it offering me today? It's offering me the time now to accept myself 100% as a work in progress, and accept yourself as being this work in progress, and accepting yourself as not being perfect, but being on a journey. And so when you're not perfect and you're being on a journey, you're progressing through life. And so it's learning to let go of the I need to make this happen, to shifting into your beingness of everything's fine. I'm on a journey through my life. So I hope this inspires you, and I hope you're enjoying the memberships and the circle memberships right now, because it's really good to have this community. But we look at it, we can learn from each other. There are people I've met on the street and they looked a bit ragged, and all of a sudden they said words to me that were so wise that I listened and thought, wow. Just know that divine guidance can come through a stranger, can come through anyone, if you're open to receiving it. Thank you.